aside from their mates to like, hide their identity.
Yeah, okay, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, how do they get away with like secretly grinding these kind of heroes without, like you said, the other team just going, Dota buff / MSS. What's he playing? Okay, ban. You know, it would be better to have that kind of element of surprise.
Even with these Smurfs, people know who they are, but it's just it takes a lot of work to find their game. And there's I have my ways.
That's a coach's job, right? The coach, man, that's on you guys to be able to do the research and provide the data necessary.
Won't be like in comparison to their main account, it's like you get 100%. Their Smurfs, you'll get like maybe 50% to like 90%. You'll never get because it's not gonna reveal every single one.
Even that, the atmosphere that they're practicing in those pubs is not even going to be the same atmosphere, I'm sure, that they're getting in these type of games. It's totally different. You know, you obviously can count on your teammates a bit more on what they're going to be doing. But it definitely for you to kind of get a feel for the hero itself and how it works, a little bit of practice time on the side may be necessary. Though I have seen my share of games where it really seemed like they gave it a shot for the first time. I always bring this one up as an option, but one that made me laugh. This was way back during Shanghai Major. Secret ended up winning that whole event, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a very funny game where Puppy played Earth Spirit, and I swear it was the first time he played it. And he like rolled to mid lane and fed first blood, rolling into the tower, like missing entirely. And I just thought that was the funniest thing. It's like, yeah, it feels like sometimes players are like, you know, this is good. I haven't played it a lot, but I should be able to figure out. Let's just go into it. And sometimes it doesn't work out for the better.
I've never seen that guy touch Earth Spirit.
I know, right? I was like, because at the time I was obsessed with Earth Spirit. When I get obsessed with a hero, like I will look for who's playing it, the best of the MMR, like what are the tricks they're doing. And obviously I fiended Jerix at the time and was watching everybody else. And I'm like, man, you know, I don't really ever see Puppy play it or Secret. And yeah, it looked like it. But, you know, who am I to judge, of course, how much he's been able to play? He seems also like someone who has an account that can just blow all of the hero pool on the side. But yeah, this time it didn't really work out.
Secret have the balls to the cojones to actually pull something like that off. Unlike like Earth Spirit was like super popular at TI7 and GH, you know, Liquid winning that TI. Yeah. And he didn't know how to play Earth Spirit at all. And the moment TI finishes, he played like 40 games straight or purely Earth Spirit, unless it was banned or someone else took it, and he mastered the hero. So that's just like all it took. And you know, like Kuro was not going to pick that hero, especially at a team. Or, you know, GH doesn't even play this hero.
Which, you know, can't feel great for either party, right? I'm sure the captain's like, man, this could have been the draft. We really could make it work if we had this puzzle piece, the Earth Spirit, let's say. And GH is like, you know, he's like, I would love to be able to help you out, but it could be more of a hindrance than a privilege kind of a thing. But, you know, some heroes, they're just, they take a little more finesse. I'm sure there's plenty of heroes that you can kind of pick up and play and get the idea of how it works. But others, yeah, you need to be practiced a bit. All right, a little bit of a pause to start with this one out, but we are underway, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by to be on the Summit Pro Series. Playoff action starting today. You've tuned in right on time. It's game number 1. Quincy crew, formerly known as Chaos, going here against Business Associates. Quincy crew finished at the top of the group stage, going undefeated 7-0. Yesterday they took down Crazy in a match of the undefeateds. They earned their spot as top seed, and with their choice, they decided to go off against Business Associates, which many expected, the other choice being Evil Geniuses. Now, that did mean that Team Crazy are going to be going against Evil Geniuses in the next series. So lots of hype Dota today. And I'm very eager to see what is in store for us. And already game number 1, what a treat. The Mojo off-lane Chen, not one that we get to see very often in the American scene. I'm looking forward to it.
Interested what Business wants to pull off here. If they're going to be aiming First Blood top, or they're just laning with Shadow Demon Mars bottom, so they have this run up top against the Chen. I think they just really wanted to adapt to wherever Chen's going to be playing.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I thought they were going to look for, for First Blood. Good what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. For now, Mojo hanging south here. Maybe anticipating that he was going to get stuck against the Mirana. No, he seems to be going cross country. He's going to head all the way up. But as we can see, Moose is there waiting for him as gatekeeper. He's keeping him in check, like, wherever you go, buddy, I'm going to have an arrow waiting for your new summoned friend. Or they'll cross each other's paths.
Oh,
and he'll just go all the way bottom, and Mojo will go top, and he'll find out later that Ken's somewhere else, I guess. Or he could be going for first blood arrow bottom. We'll see.
I think Fear kind of messed up here. He preemptively skilled his shot of poison and realized that's a...
Oh, yeah. This could have been a much easier arrow setup with that disruption, of course. So, we'll see. Head back mid? No, he TP top.
He realized it.
Oh, okay. Not even bother for it. All right, yeah. Unfortunately, a bit awkward there for business at the start, not being able to go for an opportunity like that, but Moose does make the return to the top lane to kind of watch that one out. Mid lane, Quinn Invoker versus 9 Death Prophet.
You can't miss First Blood though, Dakota.
I know. I mean, that's also part of your job, my man. You gotta help me. Watch out the whole map. Use each other's little camera.
So this is kind of funny because it's like he's trying to arrow this range creep from Chen, but like MSS, like he's very like micro kind of player.
He's body blocking it, or he just took it and he's holding it for himself, so then make sure it's not arrowed. That is, yeah, that's the heads up play right there. Do you like that the range creep is that valuable, or should it be tuned around and equalized a bit more with the melee creeps again?
What do you mean? Like,
well, right now it feels like it's very important to get the range creep, like to the point of you see supports, anyone just kind of spamming it down immediately to make sure it's not denied.
You got it.
You end up getting it? Yeah, I mean, is it good to feel that you have to secure the range creep that much, or should they consider, you know, spreading out the XP a bit?
I mean, it makes sense because it's like kind of like a skill thing where you know, you're very focused on it because of the XP and the gold that it how much value it gives in comparison to the melee. It's just like a strategic value in the laning stage. You know, using your extra spells, whether you're gonna use your stun, your arrow, a nuke for it, and it's just I think it's fine. I kind of like the change.
I can definitely see both sides of it. Some of it being a bit frustrating, some of it being like, well, you know, that's part of the game, and it's a chase for the range creep, and you better use your skills appropriately for it. Top lane, because stun arrow setup. It's a little bit of damage, but it seems 5 may be fine. So you can go on with your point.
Yeah, usually it's because it's like people didn't really care. It's because range creep usually puts itself in the most like sketchiest like position. Oh, top.
Yeah, I kept my eyes here. Don't worry. They actually just ended up turning it right around. Viver set up a beautiful shard block, and they just tag team down Moo's Lesh.
So he brought the wave into the... You don't want to do that if you're not there for...
Oh, bottom. They do also run down Fear. SPG chases that one out, and now will be feeding himself under the tower. But, you know, I guess he's happy he's able to take down the Shadow Demon.
Lane seems... Wow, Nine's absolutely destroying Quinn right now.
I have never seen Quinn get this crushed. Yesterday, he had, you know, a run-in with Bryle. That was a little more difficult. Probably his biggest challenge this Pro Series so far, but... I have not seen him be put in this much of a deficit. Even when it's been a matchup not in his favor on paper based on heroes, he'll still be able to kind of break it out even. But yeah, here he's getting doubled up on right now.
Yeah, I mean, Quinn is probably, like I said, he's the best NA mid player at the moment. A lot of respect for this 9 and everything. Great, but you know, it's just Quinn's been having outstanding performances and very stable as well.
Is under attack.
This time he'll be tested for his Invoker as he tries to push forward for the Burn to Spirit combo. And MSS fighting over with that full camp, of course. Moves a bit frustrated. Arrows back on that creep, and you know, Quincy crew have their own side pull here, and they'll get the creep wave again under their own tower.
Radiant's top
Quincy needs to work on his micro a little bit, guys. That's all he's trying to do. He's getting all his creeps arrowed right now.
Oh, give the guy a break.
He's getting lazy. He was doing really good in the early game, but...
Gets to comfort bottom. Fear under a bit of pressure, has to kind of sidestep a bit, and 9 was able to grab that DD rune bottom. I don't know if there's too much kill potential with your Death Prophet even having a DD rune, but certainly nice to take away from Quinn.
Cycloning him.
Yeah.
Doesn't get every creep denied.
Oh. Yeah, it's been rough. I've seen it a couple times. He even tried to go for a tornado earlier and didn't end up denying the deny, if you know what I mean. So it's been rough. Very hot moment here.
A really nice game bottom lane as well. Business is actually winning 3 lanes right now. Top lane kind of being even.
The prize is
Fear's going to be grabbing both bounties bottom. rather easily. No contention at all. Top, though, Quincy are on the move, looking to take another approach onto Moo here. Nice little setup, easy little shard block. And they make quick work of Lesh. You know, recognizing that Moose has stepped away from the lane for the 5-minute bounty. I guess they decided to pounce on the core.
Yeah, they saw him under vision because Quincy crew had a ward on top of him. So they're like, hey, let's just on this guy. He's a little out of position.
Who's doing the 2 points in arrow early, favoring that bit of damage. I know sometimes they love to juice up the Q instead. Maybe that's a decision when the Mirage more in a core position, but here wants to bulk up the damage, which was buffed a patch or so ago.
It does 2.5 times more the damage.
Yeah.
It goes from 60 to 150. Significant.
You gotta land it though, and his setup right now is just kind of the stun, and that stun already is a bit tricky for Lesh, so we'll see what kind of opportunities are going to be there.
Oh,
does get
there
the
you
nuke.
go, Mojo.
Sidesteps his own creeps, and allows the neutral to take it.
Probably one of the best, probably funnest Mirana games, just because they don't really have a W hero to dispel arrow, and second of all of his whole team has a setup. Like, Flesh will eventually build the Yules.
Yeah.
He will build the Yules. Shadow Demon and then Mars, all these setups for him. It's just beautiful.
Very true. Took back at bottom lane here as SVG continues to dish out the harassment onto Brax and get that side camp pulled within the lane. Their catapult push too. They're gonna kind of sack the catapult, it looks like.
Should look into like making smoke or like rotating towards mid right now, seeing as that there's 3 bottom. Give all this XP to like kind of Mars right now and just force some TPs or force some reaction. And Tuskar, he actually TP, like it's kind of obvious that he TP bottom because he was top. Like he wouldn't be able to react either. His play would have been like really nice from them.
Yeah, would be a good time because it does look like Quinn is catching up a bit in this mid lane. DP obviously still a margin ahead by about a quarter of a level and a fair amount of CS, but Quinn's got levels himself and he's kind of maintaining order a bit. Who's a bit deep in this top lane, needs a couple of tower shots, but you know, like you said, isn't really deterring from this top lane too much. I think he just dropped a ward under a ward, so yeah, probably spotted that out.
Had that, no, because the way that he ran in tower, he bought a sentry the moment that he ran there and the tower started hitting him. That's kind of like an abuse can do, where you know if enemy has wards, it's just tower will just hit you.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, he pings out that there's an arrow there. Okay. I got confused by the icon on the mini map.
That's why he bought the.
Alright, yeah, good heads up to take that one out. And all the mana going to be taken away from 9 here in the mid lane. Has the mango still to juice it up and a clarity in the pocket, which he'll pull out right now. But both of them, you know, level 7, they want to kind of get the action going. It looks like Quinn is going to eyeball the top illusion.
Fiver's really a top lane now.
You should be
denied.
Nice
That's
deny.
So
wow. All that effort, that scouting, those tower hits, all for nothing.
Truth. Got one. Oh wow, he got the helm creep too. That's 200 gold.
And this creep wave is too far forward for them to get aggressive onto Moo, but Moo also can't really do much at this meantime. He's suffering a little bit in this top lane. He's doing okay. He hasn't died recently, but looks like he's going to scout other options. As it's getting just a bit too troublesome. They'll obviously dive forward for the tower. Mirana is left behind, but she does have that leap to make it away.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like, Lesh is trying to make something happen because he knows he can't lane top against these heroes. Leaving Mirana here to arrow all these creeps. Mojo's mic.
You lose another one? Yeah, he did. Where'd Potato go? Mojo? This is on your hands.
But yeah, they kind of saw this Tuskar top, like they shifted their rotation elsewhere onto the map right now. Lesh finally, like, he TP towards bottom, and they're gonna try to pressure this top.
Yeah, they're rotating all over the place. It looks like Quinn has made the journey to the top lane here. They're going to commit all the way in and get that grab on the moves, while bottom, as you mentioned, converging to going on to SVG here. Now get shoved within the tree, and they should be able to easily 3-on-1 that. Followed up with some good damage on this tier 1 tower.
They got a glyph out of it. Both teams got kills on supports on both side lanes and pressuring the tier 1s together. Now gets a nice kill mention.
Yeah, mid lane. Quinn getting siphoned up, back pedals. Biver rotates in, brings the tag team. Mojo cuts him off from the front, but here comes Brax. Rolls in, drops down the arena and says, let's do it. Takes it to Mojo. Mojo gets shoved back, but they're fine. He didn't even have to use Hand of God yet. And they're all here ready to party now. The Quincy crew taking it to this mid lane. Get a little bit of poking damage on the tier 1, but now
what Quincy crew is generally like pretty good at, like watching all their like games recently, it's like they're very good at kind of like poking, and like you see there, like they got a reaction from Mars and the Shadow Demon, and immediately as soon as they see that, they use their spells, they just back off, and now they get a reaction, so that now sets them up for the next play that they want to make, like, where they want to like rotate. You know that business doesn't have a TP to react, so it's probably just like all gathered up around top, and this tier 1's gonna be free with this Shed now.
They push out through that top lane and try to score a valuable tier 1 tower. Business Associates kind of scour through Quincy's jungle side, possibly get a detection down here from Fear, and add their own pressure all the way down to the tier 2 now. There's been some free time for Blue to farm up a bit, but yeah, as you can see, top lane, that tower is coming down fast.
He's actually really closing up on this vessel though. Spamming, he's actually maxing out arrows, actually.
Oh, that's like you land that arrow, that's like a finger. Okay, another arena already out. With javelin to the wall, Hand of God, not going to be enough to save out Biver on this one. SVG lays out the Macropyre and the dual breath. Lots of damage onto 9, but he gets 2 soul siphons off to heal on up. Quinn eating a lot of damage, going to be forced to ghost walk the hell out of there. And here is all of this associates pulling out the briefcases, pulling out the dress shirts, and they're ready to take it right to this tier 1, but another glyph.
Back off, reset.
All right, I mean, it feels like a big rumble, but we only see kind of one casualty here, one casualty there. Not too much unable to follow up with an objective immediately. It's just kind of like you said, they get everyone together and they quickly try to spread and, you know, go for the next big objective. Maybe elsewhere.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm getting messages.
You're soft? I can bump you up a little. I'll do that. Hey guys, want to get demon in your ear a bit more? There you go. All right, you should be good.
A couple people message me.
All right, damn, they're like, turn that guy down and turn you up. I got it. All right, guys, don't worry.
You can turn me down, keep Dakota up. On mid lane here.
Yeah, Tornado EMP. They should finally get the step drop down. Mojo flexing out a bit of the stun power with the creeps. But 9 survives on, walks out. Bit of a swing and a miss there for Quincy to go for that precious DP.
Chaos kind of hit their Quincy crew kind of hit their timing right now. They just finished the mech on Chen, hit a really like strong point. He doesn't have his aura maxed out yet.
Yeah.
They really both teams right now, they really want this tier 1 mid tower just because it kind of really opens up the map. Oh, move.
Tornado not going to be there.
Dodge. No, he had to cancel a CP. They're making another fast play. They kind of showed bottom, and Business kind of identified that, and they're making a fast play towards top here to find this Naga. I don't know which one is real yet. Fear finds him right here.
Oh, illusion. They don't know which is which yet. Gotta be one of these two, maybe. Still getting a bit awkward. They may have been spotted, or might held elsewhere. But Quincy's going to go ahead and pressure this tier 1 in the meantime. If they know already there's action going on elsewhere. Song from Yawar and a TP out will take him back towards the mid lane to possibly accompany the rest of his team if something was to break out. Are they going to be able to finish this tier 1? The Business want to sweep in and go for the deny, or at least the defense. Braxton's got the arena. Spear catches Quinn. Shoves him back a bit, but no one's able to kind of get the jump off. And no easy opportunity really presents itself for either squad. As Fiverr will deter to the outpost. He runs into Moo, and Moo just blows him up.
Nice skill there. Moo's really recovered his game.
Yeah.
He had a really rough laning stage, but his rotation towards bottom, taking the tower, and farming this whole enemy jungle for the past like 6 minutes or so, has like really got him back into the game.
They had good vision. in the jungle at the time. Not anymore. It looks like it was denied to scout out that opportunity. And like you said, Lech is on the comeback here. Going to build up into the Kaya.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As Quincy crew congregating back to this mid lane again. Not sure if they're trying to just get the finish onto that pesky tier 1. It does look like they will smoke and draw out a plan to head up north through Business Associates turf.
Brax right now, he really wants to finish because they don't really have a sort of strong initiation right now. They didn't even have a Yules. Their only real initiation is like either Mars running up, Moonlight Shadow, or like an arrow, right? I mean, you have Shadow Demon Disruption, but you don't really want this guy to just run up and just disrupt someone, especially when he doesn't have Aether Lens. So, I mean, they're kind of running around it. Just that's why they probably feel like awkward right now. They kind of missed their timing. They're gonna surround this mid tier 1 though with 5 heroes here.
Yeah, we might see Quincy try to make an approach from behind as they make the return from their own smoke movement. It seems they're peeling off from each other. They're going to leave Yawar way up north to farm out through that wave.
The blink is finished now. They should look into smoking and getting like an important kill. They essentially just really want to kill like either a Chen, Invoker, or like kind of Naga and like take something out of it. There's a siege bottom as well. They can start pressuring. They have a decision. Chaos is giving a decision to run into fog right now. Running.
We'll see they run into the high ground. Could be a bit scary. There's Biver. They jump in. Nice catch from Brax with that blink. It's a little Biver kill for their smoke, dagger debut. It's expected. They meet their quota. Not a huge purse, but it's something.
Yeah, I'm not sure that. I mean, they kind of defended this tier 1, but look how much damage it took. They're another fight that's here.
Yeah, they are moving forward here on the business side, but not feeling quite comfortable. Mojo sending out all the troops here.
So they know Leshak is stuck on top. Well, he's stuck on top laner now because he used E there. So Quincy should look into a fight here.
All right, but Quincy are getting hit. Arrow, woo, Quinn. Almost too slow. Couldn't quite make it away, but he's fine.
Yeah, that smoke that they did use in killing the Tuskar, that was their last smoke for probably the next like 3 to 4 minutes, because you only get 2 smokes now, and that was their second one, so it's like pretty unfortunate. And that smoke, they got nothing out of it, and that's like pretty unfortunate from them.
Yeah, nothing really of value for sure, but they'll just delegate farm on the side. Quincy's still kind of all congregated together here. They've been on a mission, what feels like for the past couple of minutes, but haven't really jumped onto too much yet. Now they're making the call. TPs to the top lane. Quinn leading out the front. Spear throws him into the bubble and tries to run out. Courier, see where it's going. Looks like they may not get either. Oh, Courier trying to hide in the trees. Oh, Courier dead. MSS takes that one.
How did you see that?
I don't know. One of those creeps has some good vision, I guess. But they take it down. All right. So cute little snipe, but a rotation from Quincy that slips through their fingers. Brax able to spot out the top DD rune. He'll pocket that one for himself.
Yawar finishes off his Manta now as well.
Yep. The old classic 0-0-0 Naga game. He's been farming and avoiding trouble as much as possible.
What's that from this right now is from on business side is that their supports have a lot more Roshan here.
They're taking it so fast with that tag team help. But as you can see, business are right outside the front door. They throw the spear inside, but can't really get there to offer any sort of defense.
Yeah, they're kind of afraid if they go in that they're not going to have enough damage, because the moment that they don't want, like the moment Mojo kind of finishes his pipe, business is going to lack an insane amount of damage. Because Chen kind of nullifies everything that they want to do and burst anyone. Since they don't have a direct, I mean they can have a save with the Tuskar Snowball, but it's really hard to burst someone down if Chen's not in it. His mech and his Hannah Blood. He's really close to finishing off this pipe as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Once that pipe comes online, they have that utility. The Business Associates damage output, not tomato. The Business Associates damage output is just not going to be as good. And I'm curious what their next plan is going to be. Like, what brings forth the extra damage after that? The net profit is kind of swelling up and finishing out an active sector. Is it Lech? It feels like all this is going to be mitigated from the Quincy side.
Definitely. I think Mars just needs some more I mean, he's not really farming because I mean, Lesh and DP are kind of shoving in all the lanes right now. It's just good. I think he should give the Nether Shawl to the Leshrac though for all the extra magic damage.
Yeah, take advantage of all your magic damage potential while you can. Uh-oh, they spotted out the Goat Man Moo. Easy rolling, easy finish. We saw the Moonlight Shadow come out, but it'll be a bit too late. As now they could cross paths with Fear. Fear hits out the Purge onto MSS, keeps him back a bit. No strike of the arrow, and this associates quickly hightail it out of the jungle, out to greener pastures. But there's a chase. Quinn's pretty fast. Heads to that mid
strong the line in their own jungle, saying this is probably all warded. Let's not play here anymore. Sketch just standing around in all their vision.
Yeah, now they got to run to the other half of the map, but obviously Quincy crew are going to know where they are at, and they could play that to their advantage, whether they own most of the real estate or make an approach. Ooh. Kept on the Biver, but it's just to slow them down. But it's obvious that Quincy are in a position where they feel super confident and they're trying to take the fight to Business Associates here. Business Associates trying to dodge them while they have that Aegis, while they have this kind of power curve.
Yeah, I mean, they had a decision. They knew they're actually setting up right now with 3 heroes and showing 2 heroes to shove in mid. Look, they're not letting Quinn's just camping this TP, trying to cancel his TP here.
There's the TP. Does he just throw the tornado? Does he even catch anybody? No, he doesn't. He's just gonna run on back.
Got scared. Not surprised. I thought Quinn would actually go for it there and force some spells out of DP. You know, maybe DP would be forced to use his exorcism there.
All right,
smoke coming out from Quincy.
They're really going to go with this. They know that a couple of TPs were used, but they're kind of just going right at them. Noir has the song. Don't think they have enough of a setup to use it offensively, but they'll have it as a bailout. Something was to go south here. Here they comb through Business Associates side. They're not going to find anybody.
Every time Moose is like throwing out an arrow, he's kind of hoping that it's the Helm Creep for the 200 gold rather than like the 40, 50 gold that he's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're just kind of waiting out their Aegis. This like purpose of this Aegis, it's like not to high ground, but to have full control of the map, and just to continue accelerating his net worth. Because this key timing is like, because they can still kill this Naga, but the moment that he finishes his heart, I think Business is gonna really have a big problem like dealing with them. And they should really look into like pressuring the moment that this Aegis kind of runs out, assuming that they do have the timer.
Radiant are scanned.
Yeah.
It's scanned them out. Oh.
Nice pass. That will be her icy tomb, it looks like, stopping her from keeping out Yule. But I don't know. Bullfighting, Snowball. No one is close to help you, my lady.
Thought about he was gonna do another siphon, but he tried to use exorcism and stopped. Thought about it, but he's like, no one's here, and I'm completely surrounded. If it was only those 2 or 3 people, I think he would have done the play. But
unfortunately, can't go full anime when you don't have your buddies nearby. And so much from the Quincy side. They will also score tier 1 bottom. Getting richer and richer here. It's only Yawar still sitting at the top for Quincy crew in the net worth. MSS actually holds a higher net worth position than where even Quinn's at on his Invoker.
Yeah. And Pipe is now finished on Chen. At the same time, Aegis will be falling out as well. So it's a little bit more of a protection for him.
Radiant structure.
Pipe, they raised the mana cost, right? It's a lot of heavy mana usage here for MSS. I hope he calculates his mana appropriately.
I don't think he has enough, does he? Unless he has full mana.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have the
Panda God and Pipe and Mech and whatever else. Pops his own mech.
Doing the math here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
675.
Vanish.
Yeah, 675 with just ulti, pipe, and mech. Is enough.
Alright. That's the essentials. Alright, aggressive maneuvers from Business. What can they catch with it? Moonlight Shadow, Arrow. They're just going to wipe out the whole Ogre Sesame Street that MSS has got corralled over here. All right, nice arrow. Shove back on SVG. They blast down Jakiro and eliminate the support. EMP does find connection. Nine's going to be a little low on mana, but Yawar says, here I come. Sings the mighty song. Pop the pipe. Lay down an ice wall. And jump by onto Move. Mugo gets heals off. Snowball on in. Rackling down the arena. They jump back into the wall. Pretty good star call there. Logging into the Viper. Viper going to be finished off. Yawar super low. Oh, God. The hand of God and Mech and the company not going to be good enough. And they lose their precious Naga, and they have to run. They didn't quite have enough to even deal with that, the onslaught of damage that Business were able to just burst out.
Yeah, I was about to just say, they didn't have any control from Naga Sleep because of Jakiro bought back, and there's no power for him to TP into, so they should have just like disengaged there. And that was nice from Business. They identified that this Aegis ran out, that we need to make a play because we can't just play this passive game because Naga will carry the game if so.
Mojo also didn't have the mechanism for that. He used it in the bottom lane, I think, to heal up his creeps. They ended up chasing him, killing his creeps anyways, and then he didn't have the mech for that fight, that breakout, unfortunately. Don't know if it could have been the difference or not to bail out Yawar from that trouble, but it's a great move and a great stride for Business to keep their head up. This one, top lane move, up in arms with Viper. Viper has to sidestep now, eating a lot of Edict damage, but here comes Yawar and Quinn to help spread out said damage. And netting him down, right-clicking him. It looks like Moo obviously has accepted his fate. The rest of his team quick to push out the mid and bottom lanes, respectively, to keep pressure as much as possible on Quincy's side.
Going on Braxter bottom.
He's got the Spirit Vessel. Keeping him close enough so that the aura effect is going to be there, but Quinn himself eats an arrow, and that with all the creeps ganging up on him is enough to force him back.
And unfortunately, Brax had spells on cooldown there, otherwise Quinn would have definitely been dead.
He's coming forward like he wanted to chuck a spear and possibly maybe blink bulwark, but Quinn got
like
better.
3-second cooldown on it when the arrow hit. So I mean, I like kind of like this build from Yawar. He's opting for the Scotty over the Heart.
Oh,
I think it's for the DP, the heals that he has.
this will be my first time seeing the new Scotty come into play, so I'm excited.
Yawar's an item hogger here. He's holding 3 items.
Bro, Thousand Sword, Mindbreaker, come on, you gonna use all that? Attack Silence, healing, amplifying the heal, and that goes to 10, right?
A couple patches ago, that would have been really nice. You know, you get to hold all these items.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about yesterday, we saw a Lone Druid, and we're like, yeah, remember when he could just take all the items for himself and have his bear be the real items? That was fair. Here comes Business. They got another Moonlight Shadow. They're hoping to make another good approach here. Brax still gets through the early vessel, can't quite look in, just walks in, drops the arena, eating way too much damage with the vessel, with the Macropyre. He's got to turn and run down the river to try to make it away. Leaving the team behind for 9 to kind of double down and look to take it to Yawar. Yawar getting ganged up on between him and Moo. It's again going to be way too much damage, way too much power. And they can't quite bail him out, even with the pipe, even with the Hand of God and the heal. It's not going to be enough. Chase continues. They get iced up. Dual Soul Siphon arrow is going to get sidestepped, but MSS stunned up, rocked out. Ripple kill for 9. 9, a hell of a game on this DP. From the laning phase to now, keeps surviving, keeps fighting.
That was beautiful by Business there. It was absolutely beautiful. Smoke in the play. Spell casting there. They don't have a glyph by Quincy here. Actually, it's up in 2 seconds. So I think they're gonna probably back off the moment this glyph is used.
Might not allow them to get a Rax. See if the commitment's going to be there for Quincy to use the glyph or bait him in a bit more. Nice pass. Cold snap. Disruption from Fear to try to bail out 9. 9 though. Stuck him in the jam, and here comes Brax for round number 2. Drops the new arena, drops the bulwark. Tries to shove it into Yawar. 5 are going to drop. Quinn also going to drop. They may have to use all of their buybacks as they lose Yawar as well. All of their savings account now being depleted on the side of Quincy to just keep afloat and shove them back. Can they at least scrap together some more kills from this? They've only got the Death Prophet. They've got to get Moo too. Moo going for the TP, obviously going to get canceled. They will finish him off, but man, As the great Breaky CPK says, at what cost?
So Chen is up now. Buybacks that they use, I think that should definitely be Quincy Crew's highest top priority right now. I think
Is under attack.
I like the patience that they did there. They held off onto a glyph. You know, I think a lot of people would have been pressured to use the glyph the moment. Oh, they're actually using it now, the bottom lane.
Yeah, Brack pressuring in. They may be privy to the fact that Quincy have beelined it to the Roche pit to get that done. Obviously, nobody's coming to defend here. Okay, SVG's here, Yawar's here. And they're going to lead the rest.
Actually, Chen's holding the pallet.
I was just going to say, they gave it to Chen for his healing amplification, I guess.
Quinn's gonna take the Aegis because he doesn't have buyback. So now he's giving it to Yawar.
Oh, that's right. They got MSS's recall ability, so.
Oh, there's a cheese too, and now he's finished up Silver Crest. This is what kind of really makes business like teamfight a lot better. Like we mentioned at the beginning when the drafts kind of finish, is like they have a lot of disables, right? Mm-hmm. And like that's something that Chaos kind of lacks. But what they do have, they have really good. I think how they really need to win these fights is Naga needs to start off with a sleep and leading into like an ice path winning like 2 or 3 heroes, and for them to effectively get their spells off. They have I think he's finished Shiva's. What did he build? Oh, he built BKB. It's a lot better. He just finished BKB on Leshrac, so he's actually untouchable in these fights right now.
Yeah, we have a couple BKBs for them to flex. Even Brax going right to BKB on his Mars.
Wait, so my question is, does Scotty work when they're BKB'd, like the heal?
It worked before, right? The effect still was there even through BKB, right? The old just basic Scotty slow, right?
Yeah. But,
so I think it would still work. I think they would not say, oh, now it doesn't work. My inkling would be it should still work as it did. It just gets all the extra bonuses with it now. But
it sounds like a weird interaction because it's completely new. But yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to that one.
Yeah, do let us know. I think from what I saw from other people breaking down the patch, Scotty already working through BKB, they figured it should be the same. But like I mentioned, this is the first time I'm also seeing the new Scotty in game.
Yeah, because I know all the other effects do work, so yeah, it should work. But you never know, right?
Yeah, otherwise it'd be like the old nullifier or whatever. Nullifier at least gets the benefit of not being, dispelled now. That's a separate question to talk about, if we'd be seeing more nullifier or not in the future because of that kind of change.
So Quincy kind of realizes like they're gonna get pushed right now, and I think Yawar is making the right decision by trying to force them back here on top lane, and they don't have a glyph on bottom, so they have. Business should definitely react to this, otherwise they're just gonna lose a rack for free.
Business not torn between the decision of kind of going all in on bottom while there's going to be no cliff, or if they need to send some help back and who they want to send back.
Make it happen. They did have a glyph. They have to go soon, otherwise. Yeah, let's just TPing now. I think they're just smoking, and they see the Lesher. The moment that they said they see it,
they run right in. I meant something happened for Brax. Sybil turn around on Quinn. Shoved him right to the wall, picks him up. Oh my God, Brax just throws down Quinn. Says, get the hell out of here. Now they're looking to jump onto Yawar. Yawar forced to dish out the song, but yeah, Quinn has no buyback. He's out of this for a minute. This is going to be business time. Can they go for closure? Can they put this meeting to bed? They got 9 out front with the exorcism in full force as they try to siege their way onto this tier 3. What can Quincy Crew do? SBC on that G0. Trying to utilize this choke point as much as possible, laying down the ice path. And already committed the macro fire as it's still on cooldown. 9 very low on mana here. Could be in a bit of trouble. Jumping uppercut. She's gone. And with that business, decide that they might want to turn and run. But at that moment, Brax pops his BKB, starts coming into Fiverr. Brax moving in. Hand of God comes out for Mojo. It's not going to be enough to save Fiverr. Too much damage, of course, with that Spirit Vessel from Luz. And, taking down that heal power, maybe having a bit of effect. Yawar in a bit of trouble. Forward back. Brax finished. Yawar so low, but still fighting on. Taking it to Fear. Fear going to be silenced. He also goes down. Vessel, and he gets the illusion off to take it away. This man was trying to die for the Aegis, but manages to live and fight on.
Wow, I mean, it was just, wow, you can just tell like how how this communication is kind of going. You know, Naga was trying to force someone back, and SVG is probably communicating. You know, the moment someone shows up, we're gonna smoke and take this fight. And you know, they immediately took the fight, and you know, unfortunately, Quinn just kind of like went balls deep there, and
yeah,
he kind of got bursted down. So a lot of heals though. He had like cheese and he had a fairy fire, but he really needs his BKB to be able to take charge like that. Otherwise, he like. He understands now that he can't do that anymore. That even though he has 2,000 HP, he can get bursted like instantly.
It feels like their options are limited on who's going to get in there right away and get something started. I guess it feels like the pressure's on Quinn to run in, set up a good cold snap tornado, and you know, get things rolling for the other part of the team to catch up. But yeah, as we saw, way too hampered.
The reason why Quincy ended up coming out on top of that fight despite that Invoker dying was like, I think Moo kind of like pushed top lane a little bit too far. The moment like he saw Naga TP, he should have been connecting instantly, and now he knows like he can fight 5v4. And instead, it's like even though Invoker was dead and they felt like it was a 5v4, in reality they took a 4v4 fight in Quincy's favor because they had an Aegis still on the Naga. And Aegis did just run out now.
Yep. I gotta give him some credit. SVG or Jakiro able to do so much work on those kind of high ground defenses as well. He had second highest hero damage next to Yuar in that fight. He was able to drop so much. Window surrounded top lane. He was not prepared for them to. I think they were smoked up. Just Moonlight shadowed actually surrounded him and took him out, and he still doesn't have a buyback. So it's a minute of no Invoker.
Quinn's warm-up game.
Yeah, definitely not the best showing. Quinn obviously had a difficult time going against 9 in the laning phase, and caught off a couple of times in this one.
I felt like he's died much more, but he only has like 4 deaths, but it's probably because he's been dying like more in the mid and late game, so the spawn timers are like so long.
Yeah. Uh-oh, man, Moo pops out from the trees, and everybody was waiting for him. A surprise party. He does pop the BKB, tries to go for a stun, but slowed down. Lands out from the corner. Ice Pack doesn't quite catch him. Jump in from Brax. I got you, Mr. President. Throws Yuar against the tree. They still end up getting a hold of Moo and finishing him off, but now the commitment from business. Brax also buying it through his BKB. Now drops the arena to separate fear. Yuar counters with the song.
Oh, nice ice path here.
And they're looking to line up. A nice ice path, but good link out from Brax. Shoves it back over, hits out the bulwark, and pushes Viper out. They do manage to finish off 9, and Brax is going to try to hightail it out of there. Not going to be able to make it away. They're going to fight for Quincy, where they don't really need Quinn. So, you know, what's that say?
Well, I thought I can tip too, but that's kind of cancerous, huh?
No, that was, you know, a great call to make. The timing was a bit off. If Moo was able to survive just a bit longer as Brax was able to step in, maybe could have been a bit different, but
Moo ran out of mana there. Like Chen had to use all of his spells, but he was just very low on mana and like resources, honestly, and that's what kind of like it's unfortunate for them, forcing some buybacks and blip here. Hex actually finished up on Naga too.
Buyback all coming out now. Also committing his. Brax gets jumped, rattled in, and or charged in, and that's the end of it. He's going to be gone. 90 seconds. No buyback for him. War in a bit deep here. Targeted. Hand of God. I don't think it's good enough. And obviously without the song available, he'll just go down, handing over a 5-time kill streak. SVG going to be next. And business do hold the line. They spend a couple of buybacks to do so, but get the Naga.
It's actually really big. Naga doesn't have buyback, but the only negative thing is because how Invoker was dying every time he has died is through the arena, right? So they don't have this initiation anymore. So I doubt that Quinn will get off again, and he does have buyback appearance. But they definitely should look into making a play here without this like key hero, which is Naga. Quinn actually found him.
Wow, they have the ward on the high ground, and so they use that vision with the disruption, with the stun, the burst. He gobbles down the cheese. Ghost walks, runs out the other side, and that will be that. Thank goodness for the Gouda.
10 seconds away from Shadow Demon. I mean, that's a long time, but if he had his demonic purge, he definitely would have died there.
Well, they're trying to hang around because I guess Roche is up now. Could be a priority for the team.
Who benefits out of this Aghanim? Shadow Demon, actually.
Uh-oh, trouble afoot. Fiverr moves in onto Fear, blows him up, but it could cost Fiverr's life as Moo moves in and blasts him down. Tit for tat. Mirana already has hers.
DD top lane too, that's kind of scary. If Naga's able to pick that up. But I think Moo kind of sees it.
No, Mars can Aghanim. Decreases cooldown of God's Rebuke.
Yeah, it used to be when you use Arena of Blood or something, God's Rebuke was like 1.5 seconds. So, and now they just had a overall cooldown to 3.5. Naga finished. So they have a lot of they have ways to actually deal with. I didn't notice how farm this Mirana or Moose has. It's an Aghanim. There's a lot of damage to 12k network.
Yeah, Mirana is farm. He has been pretty proactive in these fights, and obviously arrowing down as many creeps, whether they belong to Quincy crew or not. Jump in! Oh, he didn't song though. And a nice convenient block of that arrow means that Quincy will secure the precious Aegis and run out of there.
Oh my god, that is like the saddest thing I saw. Like, Brax is able to click his BKB in there, that whole thing would have changed. He would have been able. Brax has really fast fingers, and you know, I don't know. It would have been close. He would have been able to spear one out and just pick up all the items, but it's unfortunate. It's big timing though. It's the third Aegis now on Yawar. I think Invoker picked up that. Oh, Invoker Ags is kind of scary too.
Oh yeah. And his net worth fires right up to second below Naga because of that Aghanim's pickup too.
Oh, Moo just picked up like the best item. Oh, Business just picked up the best items. He got the Witless Shaco and the Spell Prism on GP. So there's beast items on these heroes.
Wow, 4k health now for Moo.
Closing up and finishing up his Shivas, and on top of that, as 25 is very big. So it's going to be able to dish out so much damage. I think in the team fights as well, like I think Fear's priority, if he can, is if he can disrupt Naga and get his illusions to focus on like these supports, dishes out much more damage than being able to save, because his cores are very tanky already.
Oh wow!
You know, assuming they're not out of position, you know, it's gonna help out a lot in the team.
Plus they get the Scotty. If they get Naga, they get her Scotty, right?
Do they? No, it doesn't work on illusions. It's only the main hero. Damn. That would have been broken actually.
I mean, it works with like AC like that, right, and all that stuff.
Yeah, AC. It's I don't know how to explain it entirely, but it's just it's an aura. More of an aura. That's an aura rather than just like a direct buff.
Maybe Icefrog didn't consider that, and it might secretly still work on illusion. That's a current bug, you know, a feature, if you will. No, that's a good heads up. I would not have known that, but Naga obviously still a very great target for the disruption. He's able to bring and harass backliners.
Well, bottom lane, it's
being defended. They see Quinn come in now. They were pressuring the mid lane.
They have Chen to recall. Oh, another spell prism picked up for Chen. Who's gonna get it? Recalling the Invoker now.
Oh, I think I give it to SCG. He just dropped his roach.
No, I should definitely give it to Invoker.
He's picking up someone else's item, I guess, then. Quinn is eyeballing mid lane a bit. Quincy around the corner. I don't know if they want to really cross the lane, though.
Paths here. They should connect towards their DP, not stand on this high ground when DP is like showing top right now.
Yeah, she shows herself briefly. Is that going to be the cue for Quincy? No, they hanging around this mid lane. They lost Quinn themselves, so Quinn went to address the top lane. Still looking to defend that tier 1.
Quincy's doing a good job by making sure this bottom lane creep wave is cut, so it doesn't pressure into the racks anymore, because it's like a exposed racks. 6 more minutes for late game, right? Or no, 15 for the tier 5 items.
Yeah, the 1 hour mark. We get the real juicy stuff.
Win.
Oh, he runs right on the sentry into a disruption, into an arrow. And buyback. It's time to fight for Quincy. When they lose Quinn, what are they going to do? Song TP out. Like you said, he has no buyback because he committed.
The thing
for
is,
this
business doesn't know that. He'd probably I don't know. They clicked on him, but they should have. That he just finished his BKB. This is their timing, but they will be playing like the pretty cautiously, just in case. Here.
Dire's
Connected
bottom
to
tower.
team now. He saw that the illusions should go towards his team. At least like the idea behind this now, it's like to potentially force buyback or otherwise not have that. It's one or the other.
Quincy,
45-minute bounty runes came out.
Gotta do it with without their invoker here, without their song for 30 seconds. We got that Shakiro. He lays out the early ice path, still holds the macro pyre. Exorcism is going to be committed from 9 as they begin to scratch away at the racks. So they're not scratching away. Moo is blowing them up. Blast down the first racks.
25.
Hustles in for the next one. Are they going to just take this and run and grab bounties and be good? Imagine so.
Yeah. They're kind of scared because they still do have an Aegis. Aegis should be running out soon, actually, right?
I would think so. Feels like it's been a hot minute. I don't know why we as spectators can't see the timer left on the Aegis. Like, why can't you just let us see it?
You just scroll over. Oh, no, actually, it doesn't work like that. Right? Yeah, you actually can. It does work like that. So if you scroll over like the Roshan and it says like it goes down to 3 minutes. And that's when it depends because it's when they pick it up, so it's around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like 3 seconds off. But
call me lazy. I just want a timer that I can highlight like the Roche one. Here we go. Jump in. Keep my grievances aside as they make a jump in from Moo. Hard shots here. Match right away. Giant Sunstrike. But they can't finish them off yet. They punch the BKBs and they toss it out within the arena. They jump the back. The hand of God not going to be enough. The Naga does fall. Has a buyback. Does use it. MSS getting chased out. Getting siphoned up. And 9 on the tear. Takes Mojo out. He will not have a buyback. From Moo. They just don't have the finish. They don't have the firepower to get it done. They survive and they hold. Brack's able to finish out Viper now. Quinn moving in.
they're able to reset and get out. It's so good for them right now for business.
Trying to solve for it, but
It's so great. They got a Naga buyback and they're able to reset after this fight. And on top of all of that, won the fight without DP with the Exorcism. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
they
pretty
killed this
crazy.
Naga once more
Not
in the
even
game.
under their own tower, not inside their own base. Wild.
And yours is holding all the items too.
Yeah, what is the magic last item? He's got queued up to BKB, but he still seems like squishy in a sense. I mean, credit to Business Associates and how much firepower they're able to dish out. It still feels like it's an overwhelming amount of magic than anything else. But, you know, even with the pipe, even with all the heal power from Mojo, it's just not enough.
This is the smoke play that they're looking for right now. They're trying to end the game. They know that Naga doesn't have buyback. They have all of their spells. Moo has buyback and bots that's going to be available for him as well. So they are looking just to straight up end here. Taking this commending team fight.
Yep. See if they can do it. Their approach comes from both front, mid, and mostly bottom now. Exorcism committed. Tornado, Ice Wall, Arrow. Man to sidestep it. Ice Path. Quincy trying to chuck all little spells they can, but the siege power from Business just too good. They clean out racks, jumping from Vibers, and they pick up the request to move. Jumping from Braxo, from the back line, drops it in. He just hits Dumbo immediately to take it out. Beautiful sight to take out the Brax. And now it could be Quincy's time. They move in the BKB. They got the song. They lock them on their spot. But a Moonlight Shadow, do they have the tension there? It's enough to at least take out Fear. BKB pop. Moose fighting it back. Looking to take it to SVG. Moose goes in. Moose stuck in. He's got to force to the low ground to make it out. But he's very low. Jump in. Self-fuels to avoid the uppercut. But, oh, he blinks away. He's still living. He goes to the TP. But Moo, not going to be as fortunate. He's finished off as a triple kill for Yawar. Moose does make it away. But Quincy able to push it in. Man, Brax jumps in, sets up the arena, but he gets, again, no BKB, I imagine.
Yeah,
he got hexed up right away.
Yeah, he should have used it before jumping in. Unfortunate, but he did expend a buyback there. Didn't really get much out of it. Now Quincy is like on the move to like force some more buybacks out of this team to reset and then play for Roshan. Unless they're able to kill the heroes that did buyback and win the game.
Buybacks here. None on Yawar. Not enough money on Marana at the moment for the buyback. Obviously, Brax committing his. Careful.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of scared to like force this too much, because if Naga's just a little bit out of position, he dies. Like, Business just wins the game as well.
This kind of game, it just seems like it's on a different level than what we've seen from the past couple of days for the group stage.
Playoffs, baby.
Yeah, I know. Very serious. You know, here we are, 50 minutes. I can't even really count too many 50-minute plus games that I've had at the Pro Series already. A lot of them being, I feel like the average has been like 25 minutes, 20-minute games.
Except for all those fast days that we had.
Yep.
I'm happy for this game.
Me too. Very intense, very strategic Dota here.
Oh man, if 9 actually finishes off his Octane too, that's, what is that, 55% cooldown?
Oh yeah, with the Spell Prism. That's like every fight.
50% cooldown.
Still, like, it's around a minute cooldown. Like, you'll have it like every fight.
Oh, Chaos is just like waiting for the Rosh, but it's actually max spawn, because you can see the timer. It's like, it's the full 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, a minute left.
I'd say it's kind of a free Rosh, because they can use left, but if Business understands that they're doing it for sure, they can BKB and like kind of like take it from them. Do they have a smoke? That's the last smoke.
Go for it. Okay. Brax gotta get that BKB off. He holds the gem this time, so if he goes.
It's actually the game-deciding team fight here. This team fight will decide the game.
Hold on to your pants, Demon. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, come on, guys. Let's see if Business. Obviously, Quincy a bit nervous here. You know, they don't see anyone defending the top lane.
Can you see my line?
Yeah, that little line.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to do, but the tower in the tier 1 is like still there, unfortunately. You can see where they were running, and they feel really awkward now. They can't just run high ground into them. And they want to play around their high ground ward. Like, you can see it's on this side.
Do you have another smoke available?
No, that's... Oh, they do, actually. Whoa.
I see.
Round two.
Let's go. The fake smoke.
Go for it.
But they gotta go. Already Quincy in the pit. Quincy making good timing. And there's no chance. They take the road shoot and back. They're gonna have to battle against the agents. They're gonna have to battle against the cheese and refresher.
They should still take this fight, I think.
Do you think they're gonna take the fight? Okay. Maybe there'll be a scramble for items. Ooh, what are they gonna do?
They actually picked those items up so quick. They want a favorable team fight. They're looking for high ground.
I don't even feel like I have time to check who picked up what yet. Refresher is on Quincy. Oh, the spear, swing and a miss. Quinn is able to get off his BKB. He is trying to run out that purge, though, slows him down so much, and the rest of the team pounce. They get a nice macro pyre laid down, and Brax has to fight within it in his own arena. The rest of Business isolate Viver on the back lines and quickly finish him off. Yawar looking to get off the song, goes with BKB, TP out. They do not like this. They back away. It doesn't. It cost them a couple BKBs.
Cost them some ultis, cost the song.
Yeah, still hold the Aegis.
At least they get a kill out of it. Quincy feels a little pressured because of it, because they are a man down.
Gave the Agnums to MSS so we can get some ancient creeps.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kind of split right now from Business here.
Oh, now it's going to be a bit awkward for Business, knowing that the Aegis is on Quincy's side here.
I did say whoever won that last fight will win the game, but no, there wasn't really a fight because one person died, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and even if that fight kind of developed, I'm not too sure. I thought Quincy set themselves up in a good position with high ground, with that like choke point setup, arena being already committed, but they did not want to risk the biscuit.
I don't know how they're gonna kill Lu now. He's actually gonna have... See, he has been running out of mana in these team fights because Naga's been hitting him on top. But now with him finishing Octarine,
he's gonna have so much life. It's gonna be like 5K. Dang.
That's why I don't see him. Oh, he's going for bots first, actually.
And they have that Scotty. Helps a bit, I imagine, with the old Octarine lifesteal factor, but... Okay, arrows out. They are right next to each other here. They don't have full vision. That's a decent block of the charge, but can't entrap moves yet. Jawar goes for the ensnare. BKB jumping for Brax on the back line. Now pops his own BKB, commits the arena. Him and 9 go to work inside the pit. Jawar from the outside, ditching off the song, but they have to wait for the BKB to expire. Now it does. Now they drop the meatball. Brax to the low ground to make it out. Quinn dishes out the full disarm blast. They put their focus on the Brax. Can't finish them off too easily here. While SDG is up in arms with 9. 9 moving the soul side of the dragon down. Fiverr jump in. Hand of God comes down. They heal him out. And 9 could be in trouble. Jawar is just squaring off with the back line. Drew's trying to deal with it. Drew alone himself, able to trudge forward, get the finish on SDG. Jawar isolates, goes in for 9. Gets the job done. DP is out for 2 minutes. Doesn't have a buyback. We hear buybacks coming out from Fear now as we see Quincy regrouping and backing.
Body made the biggest difference there for DP in the end because of how much he didn't heal.
Yeah.
Top of that when he was getting back his exorcism, all the ghosts, he wasn't healing for anything. He should have been full HP instantly, but instead, nothing happened, His body is actually owning.
They don't have a vessel also, right? Oh, they do. Yeah, Spirit Vessel. The Spirit Vessel plus Scott. It's insane. We're seeing a bit of the effect here. As now they're moving in. With the tier 3 already down, the Rax is exposed. They find out on the front doorstep here. Looking to take the move. They manage to blast him down. He will have to buy back if he wants to give it another go. War with the song. I think they want to try to surround and finish off 9. Here comes that.
If they kill Naga here, he got the disruption.
Disruption, they kept her out front. Triple arrow. Silent. And she goes down. Buy back out. MSS could be in trouble. He managed to get the force to the high ground, but they're chasing. He pops the greaves, but how much can they really do? SPG with a nice ice path. Jawar shows up and says, let's get back at him. We can close this one out. He gets into the early disruption. Quinn pops his BKB, looks to take it back at him. And they're trying to focus on as Jawar's throwing. They bullied everything else, but Jawar goes down and he's dead. That's a dieback for Jawar. Committing way too hard and way too deep. Business turning back onto Quinn. Quinn signs it up. A new arena going to be dropped, and I think Business may have just taken the W on this fight with that. As they muscle down the rest of them, SVP stuck inside. A hand of God is huge, but it seems to only be delaying the inevitable here. MSS will fall, and they're buying back everybody that they can. But as you can see, Naga and Invoker have no buyback available.
We're gonna rush for this bounty rune. They need it for Quinn to have buyback. I think he just pinged it out right now. Chen's gonna go for it.
107 gold.
Yeah, he needs the...
Go MSS. Get that bounty. He drums
for it.
Get it, please. Dude, grab the bounty. Okay. Now wow. Quinn can buy back.
That's actually so big.
Watch it be the reason.
Fortunately, Leshrac did die there. I think it just would have been a win for Associates here, but that bounty rune and potential buyback for Invokers, yeah, very game-changing there. DP does now have ulti. This cooldown is actually insane. This 8-7 second cooldown. They actually don't get anything out of it, unfortunately. We still kind of pressured.
We get to the last neutral items, though, with it. The delays get him a bit longer, and some of those items are so insane. Change things a bit for either side. Right now, it's Business in a better position to quickly farm them up.
I think probably should have, instead of this Force Staff, because he's kind of looking for another... I guess it's kind of good on Shadname because he has all the casters, because ever since the nerf, Force Staff and these Glimmers are like, what, 300, 450 range? It doesn't feel that good anymore. And, but he has Aetherlands and a castering. I'd say Ags is like very nice because if you ever get the real Naga once, he'll dish out a lot less damage. On top of that, you'll always know which one the real one is. Mm-hmm. You can just use all 3 of it on him and he'll die. On top of his Soul Catcher. Business has all the wards out right now. They kind of want to control the game. I think both teams right now are anticipating Roshan. They feel pressure on both sides. On the bright side, like Quinn, he does have buyback and he's going to be saving up for it. but Naga knows like he can die if he's just a little bit out of position in fights. And but both teams gets the buyback. No one in this game has buyback right now.
You're right. Nobody does. I mean, Quinn, I guess, still does.
It's close.
But yeah. Intense.
And they're looking for just any key pickoffs to reset the fights, fight in a favorable advantage.
Gonna be 1 hour neutrals. Business in position. What do we got? Force boots. First one to drop. Spells the user. That's nice. Pushes them at force boot. And the Apex. Primary tribute by 75.
Yeah, they're just camping. I mean, Business, I think, is playing kind of strategically smart right now. They're just camping all of the high grounds and where their wards are at. But it changes the dynamic a little bit when it's kind of like daytime because you know you have your daytime vision now, so they're just camping high grounds. But playing around vision, the high ground vision on nighttime is like a lot different. They're abusing right now. You know, Business is trying to shut his bottom lane in, and on the bright side, like you know, Quincy has an illusion hero that can deal with this very safely. But they want to constantly shove this bottom lane to show someone is there. Otherwise, BP is just going to reveal like, hey, they're not on their base. They're doing something on the map. But you see how this bottom lane is constantly being shoved in. They're like, hey, like you know, this Chen and Jakiro's like showing right now, so they know where they're at the map. And if Quincy ever tries to take, like, I guess, Roshan, they might... I don't know if they're going to try a drone because they do have the glyph. And right now, Quincy's also playing around their vision. I think this is their ward, right? Where they're standing? Yeah, it's their ward.
The X Machina? Reset item cooldowns? Seems pretty big. And Pirate Hat on Mirana for the attack speed now.
The item cooldown is like, who's gonna... Apex on Naga.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The 75 primary attribute. 46 base armor. Ooh, what? Damn.
Oh, now you got the Woodland Striders.
Yeah.
Wait, he doesn't even need that. 60 HP regen is nice.
Yeah. Those trees though, am I right? Look at those. Woo! Block out road. No one going in.
Sell his phase boots next. I don't think they stack.
Easy shot.
Oh, fun.
This Machinima is really nice for BKB heroes, like such as like Mars.
Yeah.
Where he can blink BKB twice now.
Just instant. Costs 100 mana, but he has plenty of mana to work with.
Going back to this again. Whoever wins this next fight is gonna win the game.
Yeah, we've heard it all before.
Well, no fight happened last time. It was just the pick off.
They need more of these super neutral items on Quincy's side. It looks like they've not been blessed with as many. I'm still seeing Craggy Coat out there.
Here's Force Boots. You should sell Strength Goals though. Dispels the user and pushes them 600 units in the direction they're facing. It's another Force Staff.
The spell also. Pretty nice.
Yeah. Dispel for Vessel, Cold Snap, Ensnare. Pretty good, actually. He should give that to DP. Like, screw this regen. You need the spell because of Naga and the Vessel.
Yeah.
Right?
Scotty and Vessel. Nice to kind of dispel off of. Mirror Shield though.
Shield. Yeah. I don't know what that does.
It reflects, right?
Oh yeah, it's like Lincoln's, like every 5 seconds. Rushing. Oh, look how fast it melts.
Oh, and they ended up giving they got a Machina on the side of Quincy and they gave it to... He grabs it. He grabs the Agams on Quinn, even though he already has one, but they're frantic to make it out from the pin. To jump in, you can see that from Yawar. He uses the Machina item, but he already uses BKB. Very chaotic right there.
No, this Machinima is actually broken. It's actually way too short of a cooldown, man.
Oh my god, his 45 is actually... That's every fight. We'll have it ready every fight.
Yeah. I thought he used a refresh orb for that, but either way, like, I think he made... It was good. It was like some fast fingers by him. His BB was down and otherwise would have died to the arena there. That's the 5th Roshan by Chaos as well, or Quincy crew. Use when I see their name.
I know, everybody does. I don't blame you for it. Mirror Shield, 20 attributes. They gave it to Mojo. Block and reflect most targeted spells back to their caster. I mean, that's a little different than a Lincoln.
So business should definitely be aware and be a little wary of Shakiro. He's has Aghanims. And it does pierce through BKB now, his macro fire. And it does a lot of damage.
And it lasts a long time too, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. If they take a fight at Roach Pit, he can lay it right down on the welcome mat.
And on top of that, he has the refresher orb, so he can double stack his ice path.
Oh my god. Just like fill the whole arena with fire. What are you going to do? That's fantastic high ground defense too. This is going to be real tough for business to finish.
Naga also has Aghanims, so they are able to reset the fight.
Oh my god.
He will heal them 70% back to their HP.
Oh my god. Well, a little bit less. You got to remember the Spirit Vessel, if it's close enough. But yeah, absolutely. We don't get to see that one a whole lot. Must be late enough in the game. I'm curious how much the heal actually is.
With the Spirit Vessel, it's a 20% reduction of that. Not good at math.
It's all great these days, figuring out the math on if you can calculate your fight.
Right?
Disruption, tornado, shard, force with disruption.
I got it. I think it's about 56%.
I need to take the time to figure it out.
Nothing's really going on. Like macro fire is like so broken. Like right now, Quincy doesn't even need to be top lane because this macro fire is automatically going to defend the next wave, I believe.
It lasts a long time. Let's see if it lasts long enough for this creep wave.
It does. It lasts for like 2 waves. Like it'll always pretty much be up.
Longer than I do.
Oh,
it finished.
Never mind, it finished.
Oh, it's faster than me. Impressive.
Here we go.
It's out. Oh, Moog gets forced forward. Into the arm. Gets forced right back. Ooh, in and out they go. It's like Muhammad Ali here. They jab in and out. Wow, the whole the line for this tier 2.
I mean, actually, I think in business situation with the items and levels, it's a lot better in that aspect because Shadow Demon does have 2 disruptions now, and it's all about his positioning. And they have a Tinker Ward on the left, which is really nice. They're trying to bait the vision right now. Triple arrow.
Radiant's top
They have so much vision. Like both
Oh my
teams have a lot
god!
of.
Look at the range creeps that Mojo has. This is insane. Is that normal?
Oh yeah, he has that cool talent, right? Yeah.
It's like farming up all of the precious XP gold creeps for himself. Sends them down a different lane.
Right now, what Quincy is doing correct is they're shoving mid lane in, and bottom lane needs to be shoved in return rather than one lane. Because they're defending one lane and pushing in another lane. So business has to react towards mid soon. Otherwise, they're gonna get a free rack.
Yeah, because that range creep army's getting there with the wolf. That seems kind of crazy. All right, pressure is gonna be on. Forced again, in and out. Brax disrupted. Hit with the vessel.
This is it.
Oh, as they go for the mid lane at the same time, and they're going to be taking out the racks. They want to square up under the song. Noir moves in, tries to quickly burst down moves. Failed out with his disruption. Can he leap away? Fuel down and gone. 2 minutes. We'll have to buy back if he wants to come in for round number 2. Arena going to be committed now for Brax with that macro fire right in the middle of it. You can BKB, but you're still going to be burned alive. Here comes the huge bomb from Quinn. Fuels is there for Moo. I hear the chomp of the cheese, but Moo is going to get finished off. He's down, does have a buyback. Next 59, 9 sweeps through. He's got the Exorcism and the Soul Siphon. Tries to take it to Yawar. Yawar, though, does end up dropping, and that's going to be the Aegis. Yeah, 9. Hit with the Vessel. Has to run out. It is so much. We look back at mid lane. Brax is obviously cleared.
Yeah. Very awkward what they're doing. I think Quincy had started thinking of the heads up play there. You know, shoving there like, hey, this is like a complete stalemate, and business has accepted the stalemate rather than thinking of the next move, which is like abusing this bottom lane. Like this tier 2 top does nothing for them. They were trying to bait them into this like Tinker Ward on the left here, and they weren't getting that fight, and they should have identified that, you know, because they've been lingering for the past like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so. And like I mentioned, like Quincy crew, like War actually was just the game-changing factor there. He pressured this mid tower using his illusions, sending his creeps, and they were able to get a racks. Because of that, business felt pressured to do something right now because it's like either we're gonna lose this racks or lose our positioning on the map. And it's like when you give a chance for the opponents to start thinking about things and start to doubt, And that's when like multiple team fights start to happen.
The game goes on here. It's not quite enough to go, obviously, for the dagger in the heart, but it scores them the first racks. The more time to score those next bit of upgrades. You see that Yawar has the nullifier. I'm not sure if he had it in that previous fight, but the new nullifier not being dispelled is a pretty nice buff. I believe you can BKB and take away the slow, but that's about it.
This pirate hat is always like, it's so funny.
Let me see. Marana's got it right.
It deals 300 gold when you. I mean, it can be a game-changing thing for like potential buybacks, but I believe you have to kill. No, I think it just sticks on them, right? It says passive. No, but it says when you kill an enemy though.
Yeah.
So.
Imagine if you get the last hit, you get a little bit more gold. You know, yeah, that Maelstrom would be pretty awesome, but
8 the Aghanims.
And that is still the extra Starstorm, right? Yep.
Right side of this is what other item does? He should sell his phase boots. So now, DP is gonna be level 30 now as well. Not that. Still these boots. All these like tier 5 items, they have like the built-in like broken boots.
Yeah.
140 million speed, and so they're actually able to get 6 slotted because of it.
That's true. That is a nice perk to the item that seems to only provide crazy move speed. You got to remember that. That needs to score an item slot back for yourself.
7 slotted if you have Aghanims on top of you.
Oh yeah. 8 slotted with Moon Shard. Let's just keep going. Do you mind also moving your mic down just a hair? I think it's like under your nose, so we're getting a little bit of your breathing a bit.
Wind tunnel.
Yeah, got you covered. The Quincy now flirting past the river a bit.
Both sides really want this level, like even this Leshrac, he wants his level 30 because that extra 50 pulse nova damage is a lot to take care of these illusions from this Naga.
Shadows, take us. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We'll send Quinn back to defend their tier 4. They've already lost 1.
I mean,
we'll see that, and they jump in immediately, knowing that Quinn's not going to be at the fight. They get to jump onto SVG, and yeah, that's great. They can't fight. He's a double Macropyre, man.
That was beautiful. They immediately saw Quinn TP, and they know when Chen has to TP, it takes, what, 6 seconds for them to come back and just jump on these guys, you know, just kill them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if they recall, it's like you have 6 seconds of leeway to, like, be able to take this fight. And now they're good smoke, picking up on top of a rune. Arcane rune on DP here.
Buyback already from SVG. Might as well get that buyback cooldown going. Roche is up 2. Thinking about going in and doing it? No.
See it.
See it's up, but you know, by now Quincy have already congregated to the nearby high ground. This might be a bit awkward, but is this gonna be the last fight, Demon?
I mean, no, this not this one, because there's everyone that buyback. The other ones I mentioned is because they had no buyback.
Yeah, fair enough.
Safe calls here.
Sorry, I'm just being a jerk. They roll in. We'll see the approach from Quincy here. Quinn creeping in close. See how uneasy business are about this kind of commitment. They already get the Roche down to half.
They don't feel too bad about it because it's an arcane rune DP with the Nocturne.
Yeah, 76.13 cooldown. It looked like there while it had the arcane out.
Naga really wants another item, but at the time he has the Apex instead of his bots. He wants one of those like broken boots.
They go in. They're gonna try to quickly. They got it. Are they gonna jump in while they're scrambling for items?
They used all their BKBs.
I guess they anticipated there was just gonna be a quick jump in or something. And they saw him. Wow. Very, very defensive. Quincy, they highly value that.
Be like a 90-minute game, 80-minute game.
This is our first game. First game of the playoffs, first game of the day. I'm gonna have to call the wife and tell her I'll be home late tonight. You know, all for the better, because I'd rather have long, strategic, intense Dota like this than, you know, some of the days we had 2-0 stomps that were just hard to cast.
Definitely a high-level game.
Yeah.
Really appreciate this game for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. How often do we even get to see these final neutral items come out? So
Fear is going for a BKB now. Prefer him getting an Ags, but you know, Ags is like Ags does a lot for the fights in terms of control.
Maybe just valuing that he can somehow stay alive and get that clutch save.
He has a lot of defensive items already. The Blink and Force Staff and Gas Range.
I just
His
guess
double
like
disruption.
2200 life this late in the game doesn't seem like a lot, I guess. But Frax only has 2700. And you're looking at moves got like 4800 and DP's got 3900. 2200 doesn't look that big.
Going for a heart now on DP. Oh no, sheep. Like unsure. Maybe another Shivas would be good. I think he needs like getting another armor item. Well, I don't know how much more percentage he'd get.
Now they're kind of stuck inside here as Quincy loop around to the southern front. Try to scratch away at that tier 3.
Business feels a little awkward right now because it's like it's Chen. Oh, look at top lane.
What's he got? More
All
range
these
creeps.
Dragon creep.
It's like
They're able to
Narnia
shove
over
in
here.
3 lanes at once, and Business is just like, you know, they're stuck in their base right now because they need to be able to get these lanes out. Oh my god, the cooldown on Crypt Swarm. 1.5 seconds. Wow. Oh, this is it.
Go in. Quinn. Wow. He is out just like that. Big Ice Blast, big dual breath. Oh, SVG commits the refresh. He has another refresher? Yeah, he got 2 refreshers. And now they're in trouble. Half committed between staying and going. Could cost Quincy a lot here. They lose their Aegis. They lost SVG. He's out without a buyback. But we got Mojo's army. Look at this thing. Wow. And they all have to TP to the top lane to deal with it. And they're going to make it.
What's the glyph?
Wow.
Oh, he canceled the TP. All his creeps are dead? All my friends are dead.
Wow. Not going to be able to get the racks, but what a serious threat for Mojo.
What's big about that? It's not about the racks. Yeah, it does change the aspect of the game just a little bit, but it's the ability that they were able to force this glyph. And that kind of changes a little bit in the game. And right now, Business should really look into, obviously, forcing some buybacks. Forcing this buyback from this Invoker. Chikiro actually doesn't have buyback. And, you know, maybe if they have the timers on these buybacks. Actually, very big deal. And they can abuse the fact that everyone on Business has a buyback right now. And they can just, use their buyback and just TP back, bots back in, and just should take this fight 5v4.
See, they rush that way down the mid lane. Mojo frantically trying to push out the bottom lane in the meantime, but
they're cutting waves, so this is the only way. If they're able to kill this wave, then they push is like
they're going right in. Snowball and a song.
Yeah, they no.
Oh, but Brax with the BKB jumps in to forget the song, but Yawar pops his own BKB and is not going to be able to get the spear off. He does use the neutral item and don't have a new BKB available, but no, that's not going to be the case.
Structures are fortified.
Scheme's over. Here's another edict here.
See if they can stop before the firepower comes out. They roll on in. They look to hit for moves. Brax jumps back. DD in the mix, though, and it looks like they will flash them down. Holding their mighty ancient. They kick DP inside the fountain to finish them off. Quinn with the double.
Oh, they killed off the creep wave. Moon didn't get his KB off. Oh my god. Goodness.
That's not good. Like you said before, they have buybacks, and they'll have a BKB for the buyback, but now suddenly we are back the other way, and it could be the final hurrah for Business if not careful.
Game of throws here.
They will not have Exorcism for another 50 seconds.
Buyback.
Holding it. Early disruption on Naga. Little buyback. Same time. Mules out. Jump in arena. On to MSS. But he gets snowballed out from the arena. And he's going to be fine. Quinn spaces him out. Yawar moving in. He looks to focus move. And now Yawar in a bit of trouble. Has to pop his BKB. And they commit the song. How do they want to play this? Oh, they're chasing him. They're chasing him with the blinks. Just outside the range of the song, they chase them down. And they want to make them pay. Business moving in. Naga got the Lotus. Forced back into the enemy. If he finished off, doesn't have a buyback. Uses the buyback. The Yawar TP's to the top lane. The rest of the team going to have to deal with it.
Big arrow.
Arrows. catches
Double arrow.
on the backside, and he's going to get siphoned up. Oh no, he's fine. He runs out the other front. He hits the cheese. He's fully healed. The song again. Locks him in their spot. They look to go on to 9. Moose leaps out and away from trouble. Moo in the mix. Ice pass there. Catches him. Follow-up tornado. He has no more BKB. He only has Mule. And everything is Maniple left. And it's not going to be enough. They get finished off within their own arena. That save onto Quinn and somehow surviving and eating the cheese. Are you kidding me?
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
I'm speechless.
I am so sad I don't have the capability here to pull out a replay in that moment to watch exactly what the hell transpired. But here they come, Quincy crew, without the buybacks. I think that's going to be it. This could be the nail in the coffin for game number 1. An incredibly well fought for both sides. Obviously, quite hysterical. Moo doing everything he can, or Moo doing everything he can, leaping into him, cracks from behind. But as you can see, the fate is the same. It's going to be Quincy crew in game number 1 in this best playoff match.
Yeah, it was just wow.